Hi Virgo, welcome to your reading. If you're new to the channel, I do timeless readings, which means that whenever you find this video is when you're meant to hear the messages within it. And in case you subscribe, I upload my new videos for Virgo and Pisces on Saturdays. Also, the deck that I'm using today is called the Tarot de Marseille. And I do want to give you guys a heads up that I am fighting off a cold, so I apologize in advance if I sound a little bit different or cough throughout the video, but I'm still going to do my best to get you guys out your reading. And you have some really good energy here. I do want to take a moment to say that if you enjoy the reading, the best way to let me know is by leaving a like or a comment. But your overall reading here is the Two of Cups. Now, the Two of Cups is a very good energy to have, especially if you're concerned with love right now. Because the Two of Cups talks about soulmates. So I feel like there is some kind of a new energy, a newer energy that's coming in. It's going to really sort of shake up your world. Because I feel like you guys in the past have really been perhaps even like stuck on an ex or really trying to wait for a situation to improve, and there just hasn't been a whole lot of that. I apologize again, Virgo. But like I was saying, I feel like with the Two of Cups here, you guys are going to see a new beginning, a new kind of an energy, and that newness isn't really typically associated with the Two of Cups, but I'm getting it very strongly in this reading. And I'm looking even at that Ace of Wands, and that just sort of further confirms that for me. But sort of going into your reading, we have the Four of Swords. Now, the Four of Swords, to me, I'm actually really happy that you guys have this energy. Just because I know that for my readings, you guys in particular have that habit of working yourselves to the bone. So to see the Four of Swords, first of all, signals to me that you guys are actually taking time for yourselves and are actually listening to your body and trying to do whatever is best for you so that you're able to continue doing the things that you need to do. Like, this is phenomenal. It's great that you guys are taking care of yourselves by resting. But I feel like the other interpretation of this card is in love. In particular, you guys have been waiting a lot for the situation to really improve. And I feel like you guys haven't really seen a whole lot of that. Because I see the Page of Wands. Now, the Page of Wands tends to be a more mature energy, right? This person is more concerned with passion and sex. So I feel like there's like past person energy here where they were a little bit immature. They weren't really gunning for the same thing that you are, and that's why there's been sort of this miscommunication, this issue that you've just really wanted. I apologize, Virgo. But there was this miscommunication between what you wanted and what they wanted, and now there's sort of this movement away from that because you've sort of I want to say sleep. I really want to say the word sleep. Sleeping on this person, and I'm using that in the context of like not like sleeping with them and having sex with them. I mean that more of like sleeping to the possibility of this even being a connection at this point. I feel like this energy for you is sort of long gone, and I feel like there was some kind of a Ten of Swords moment because you have the Ten of Swords here. And that to me feels like betrayal. It feels like some kind of maybe even abandonment. Like they could have abandoned you. They could have maybe ghosted you, betrayed you, something to that extreme. And it feels very painful and it feels very unwarranted. So to see the Ten of Swords here with the World card to me is great news, because I feel like you're trying to leave this in the past. The World card talks about a new beginning. And what do beginnings bring? Beginnings bring endings. and endings bring beginnings, right? Because every ending is just a new beginning, just packaged differently. So now that you guys are sort of getting over this energy, you're able to really focus on all these new energies that are coming in, right? And one of which is the Ace of Wands, which is going to bring with it a lot more passion. And I feel like maybe you had the passion with this person, but now you're going to have the passion in a much more stable package, which I feel like was what you were really going for to begin with. And I'm looking at this column here now, and I see the Queen of Wands, and then I see the Hermit card. So it almost feels like you're going to find somebody who has a very similar energy to this person, but they feel almost like an octave higher in musical terms. Like this person feels like a mature version of everything that this person had, because this Page of Swords was a little bit finicky, not a little wishy-washy. Like they were really good in the passion department, but everything else was kind of lacking. But this person, this Queen of Wands, has that emotional depth to her. She's able to actually understand that there's other things besides passion, and that sometimes not everyone can keep up with you. I do want to say that the Queen of Wands is representative of fire signs, so that could be Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. But I think that for most of you, it just represents a woman who is very passionate about something. For some of you, this might be a same-sex connection. For others of you, it's not, and that doesn't necessarily matter. You know, like the labels on the connections don't really matter at this point. Just understand that this person's energy is much more mature. And I feel like that's what you were looking for, because you have this Hermit card. And the Hermit card, to me, is really great energy, especially for you guys, because the Hermit card is your card. It's the card of Virgo. And the fact that you have it here leads me to believe that you guys aren't afraid of being alone and aren't afraid of having that moment of introspection and really trying to figure out like who you are in relationship dynamics and what you bring to the table and all that stuff. And that's good, because when you come towards a relationship from the place of need, from the place of want, from the place of lack, then you attract that, right? But if you come to a relationship from a place of wholeness, then you attract other people who are equally as whole, and you can get far better results that way, because you see a lot more stability that way. And even just like looking at what's coming next is that I feel like you're going to see a much different relationship dynamic that you're used to, because I see this Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man to me urges us to be okay with different perspectives, right? That's the whole reason he hangs himself from his foot, is so that he's able to look at the world from a different perspective. And you know, the first instinct for a lot of people is like, you hung yourself from your foot, that's ridiculous, that's crazy, right? But the Hanged Man doesn't care, because that's exactly the kind of perspective that he needs. And that leads me to believe that you guys might be dealing in some kind of a connection where you guys are very different. Perhaps there is some geological difference. You guys might be from different cultures, different religions. I'm getting different ages for a lot of you guys. So there might be like more significant age gap than you're perhaps used to in the past. But I certainly feel that this person comes forth in a way that is actually more akin to what you need and what you want right now. And as a result, you know, this Hanged Man is here to urge us to be a little bit more open-minded when it comes to connections. You know, you might just find exactly what it was that you were looking for. And it's going to bring with it new passion, right? I feel like that's all this person in the past could really bring to the table. And this new person is all that and a bag of chips, right? So I feel like you have nothing to worry about, but do look forward to this new energy. But that was your reading first time around, Virgo. If you enjoyed, please leave a like or a comment, because it really helps out the channel. And I personally really love to know if these readings resonate with you guys. But like I said before, I upload my new videos for Virgos on Saturdays. But in the meantime, you guys are more than welcome to watch any of my other timeless readings that I have up on the channel. And with that being said, I hope to see you guys next time for your next reading.